Welcome back to the Fantasy Price Check. Today we're going to be talking about CeeDee Lamb. Just to let you know what we're doing here on the channel, we are taking a look at player ADPs and we are grading them based upon whether a player is overpriced, underpriced, or fairly priced, and today we're talking about CeeDee Lamb. If this is your first time on the channel, let me tell you what we do. We do ADP price checks and we grade players based upon whether they are overpriced, underpriced, or fairly priced. We're going to be doing price checks like this one all season long leading up to draft, so be sure to hit that subscribe button. By subscribing to this channel, you will hashtag win the draft. Let's get into CeeDee Lamb. I just got done with Dallas Cowboys price check and I'm keeping the Eagles t-shirt on because you know what? CeeDee Lamb should have been drafted by the Eagles. CeeDee Lamb is currently being drafted in the 10th round as a wide receiver 43 off the board. He is currently being drafted after Deontay Johnson and Mike Williams and ahead of Emmanuel Sanders and Sterling Shepard. CeeDee Lamb was my favorite receiver in this draft class. He is an alpha receiver that should be a top 12 receiver within the next 3 years. Almost everyone agrees that CeeDee Lamb and Jerry Jeudy are the two best wide receivers in this draft class that should have been drafted inside the top 15. I was really hoping that my Eagles would trade up for him, but he fell right into the lap of the Dallas Cowboys. We all knew who the Cowboys were drafting as soon as we saw the grin on Jerry Jones' face. So what can we expect from CeeDee Lamb this year and how valuable is a third wide receiver on the Dallas Cowboys? Let's get into that. Where I want to start off is try to build some projections for CeeDee Lamb. Although CeeDee Lamb is an outside receiver, he may end up getting a ton of snaps in the slot. Keep in mind that Randall Cobb was on the Cowboys last year, and he had 83 targets, 55 receptions, 828 yards, and 3 touchdowns, so those vacated targets are up for grabs. And last year, the Cowboys ran 3 wide receivers 67% of the time, and when they were lined up in 11 personnel, they passed the ball 68% of the time. That resulted in 467 passing attempts with 3 wide receivers. That exceeded the total passing attempts of the Baltimore Ravens, Tennessee Titans, and Minnesota Vikings. Therefore, you're potentially looking at 467 passing routes for CeeDee Lamb at a minimum. And last year, Randall Cobb had a 15.5% target share. I had a 15% target share in mind for CeeDee Lamb before seeing what Randall Cobb had last year. Based upon a 15% target share, CeeDee Lamb should see 70 targets. And with a 67% catch rate, CeeDee Lamb should come away with about 47 receptions for 750 yards. I think you'll see very similar numbers to Randall Cobb with a little bit more touchdown upside. I think CeeDee Lamb should get to about 5 or 6 touchdowns this year. Randall Cobb finished last year as a wide receiver 44, and CeeDee Lamb is being drafted in nearly the identical spot, being drafted as a wide receiver 43 off the board. Here's my projected stat line for CeeDee Lamb this year. 76 targets, 51 receptions, 842 yards, and 5 touchdowns. That would finish as the wide receiver 37 along the likes of Darius Slayton, Curtis Samuel, and Mike Williams. The Cowboys are going to have an explosive offense this year. They may even be more pass happy under Mike McCarthy, and CeeDee Lamb is an explosive player. I think you're drafting CeeDee Lamb at his floor. He should easily outproduce what Randall Cobb put up last year, and Randall Cobb finished as a wide receiver 44. You may have issues with the rookie learning curve to begin the season, but you're not going to need CeeDee Lamb in your lineup. You're going to be drafting him as a wide receiver 4. You are making this pick to pay dividends later in the season. In the second half of the season, you may have a wide receiver 3 with wide receiver 2 upside. I see his season playing out the way DJ Moore's rookie season did. DJ Moore's rookie stat line was 55 receptions, 788 yards, and 2 touchdowns. Moore wasn't fantasy relevant for the first 7 weeks of the season, and then came a bunch of big games after week 7. What we saw from DJ Moore is that he broke out in the second half of his rookie season and then went on to become a stud in his second year. CeeDee Lamb is a bench stash that you can wait to pay dividends later. CeeDee Lamb is underpriced. You can grab him as a wide receiver 4 in the 10th round of your draft and wait for him to have huge performances once he picks up the offense. Guys, if you like what we're doing here on the channel, I want you to smash that like button and click subscribe. We're going to be coming out with these price checks all season long leading up to drafts. And if you want to check out other wide receiver price checks that we've done, I'm going to throw up a playlist in the corner of your screen, so be sure to check those out. And I'll see you guys on the next one.